Righto, oi, how are yous? Let's sharpen some knives. You might have seen me do a couple of quick licks of this machine and show you how sharp it gets on my Instagram page, but I'm going to give you a bit more of a rundown on what it is and how to do it. Now, I'm only an amateur at this, but it sort of also goes to show that you don't need any training and you can be a full amateur knife sharpener to actually use this thing, because I'm useless, mate. I tried to use a stone for that many years to sharpen my knives. You know how you get a wet stone and you get them there and you do all this and you spend ages. I reckon I just made them worse. Dead set, they would be blunter than when I started. Anyway, this is a water-cooled sharpening machine. It's called the Tormek T4. I'll put some info and stuff in here for you. I'm not going to go through all the specs on it because that will quite bore you. I'm just going to show you what it does because that's quite exciting, because I can turn a dull, super blunt knife into a really sharp paper slicing knife in like a couple of minutes, and I am a muppet. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I'll show you how to do my axe. So quickly, hang on, I'll pick up this gear and show you. This is what I've got, the Tormek T4. Here's a bit of a myriad of all my stuff I'm going to sharpen. So I've got some chisels, my bait knives, I've got my axe there, and my cooking knives, my chef's knife, filleting knife, cleaver, and this one I've already done. Ooh, it come up a treat, mate. Yes. So I've got the full kit. I've got all these extra attachments and all this stuff to have a play around with it. If you just get the standard kit, it comes with the knife jig and the axe jig. So this one here and this one here, which I'll show you how to use that. Super easy. Anyway, and here's the machine. So it's a water-cooled machine. So what you've got is a little water tray here, and there's a level line on it. So we just want to pour a bit more water in there. There we go. And then all you do is turn her on. Bang. She spins through the water and you sharpen your knife with a nice water-cooled stone. All right, quickly, you can change the grit on this. So from like 220 to 1000, you've got a smooth side and a rough side. So if you want to do some really heavy sharpening or heavy like metal removal before you sharpen, you want to hold this rough side of the stone, this one here, and give it a good rub for a while. And if you want to do a nice smooth finishing knife sharpen, like a real super sharp one, get your smooth side and hold it on there. You can also use that to flatten off your stone too, so it hasn't got rounded edges and stuff on it. And this side, if you're wondering what this little wheel here does, this one here is a leather honing wheel. There you go. So all you do is put a bit of compound on that one, which comes in the kit. You just get this bit of compound here, and before you hone, you just squirt a bit on there, rub your finger over it, let the compound go. There you go. It's just like a bit of a polishing compound, and then you finish your knives on that. I will show you. Sweet. All right, now I reckon we just do one knife and then we'll do the axe and we'll show you how it works, eh? So before we get going, here we go. What about this one? See that? Yeah, I'll bring it in here. Hey, this one here we're going to do my chef's knife, my Osprey Fire Chef knife. It's all right, but it's pretty dull, and I'll show you with a piece of paper. You ready? This is what gets me over the line. I reckon it's sick. Watch this. See, I can't cut that. You probably think I'm trying to do that, but I'm not. All right. Oh, it just gets going. Anyway, I'm going to turn that into this. Watch this. That's the one I did last night. How sick's that? All right. So it's pretty simple. You just got to use a few little gadgets to set up your knife angle. So that's one thing you need to know is the angle on your knife. All right. So I know like filleting knives are like 16 degrees, chef's knives and cleavers are 22, 24, something like that. But it tells you all that in the book. There's a book that comes with it and you can look it up and set the angle. Righto, for my chef's knife, it's 20 degrees, all right? So what you've got in the kit, you have this little jig. This is how you set the angle on your stone. So you've got two adjustments to make. You've got one side here, tells you the size of your grinding wheel, which is this, and this is a 200mm wheel. So you set that at 200. And then this one over here is your degrees. So I'm going to set this one at 20. There you go. And then all we do is set it up on the jig with our knife. I'll show you a close-up, and we set the angle. There's the knife on the stone. We hold our jig, you just roll it round on the bottom side here until this angle jig at the end, the black bit, touches the stone and your knife at the same time. There you go. See that? That's nice and flush against the blade. If it sits up like that, you need to adjust it up or down. And if it sits like that, you need to adjust it up or down until this angle here is right. There we go. That way we know when we drag it across the stone, it's going to be at our 20 degrees. Let's get sharpening. Then all you do is rest the knife jig on the toolbar and you slowly go back and forwards on the stone. As you get towards the end of the knife and it tapers up, you just lift your hand and then push back the other way. You always keep this black handle hard against the toolbar. Oh, can you see that? Look at that real fine edge. Look at that. Perfect amount of sharpening done all the way along that blade. That is epic. All right, we'll do the other side. That is pretty damn sharp. Now I'm just going to put it on the honing wheel. This base spins, so you can just push the button, flick it around like so. That is looking mighty sharp. Are you ready? Same knife, check it out. Here we go. There is nothing more satisfying than that. Holy hell. Now I'm going to get the axe jig. This one here, super simple. This is my axe. It's like an axe slash log splitter. It's been out for a few trips and she's a bit jagged now and a bit filthy looking. Let's trick her back up. So same as before, you just set your angle with this jobby and then all you have to do is use this thing. It slides on like this. Like so, and then the back of your axe just sits in it. You hold it in there and you grind. All right, let's turn her on. Just run it back and forward. You don't have to be so gentle on this because it's a big axe, you're not going to hurt it. You got to be careful though. Last time I did this, I went and cut kindling the next time and I chopped the end of my finger off. So yeah, oh, there you go. Can you see that? Let's turn a light on for you. Wow, there you go. Looks alright, eh? There's one side. Yes. How's that, mate? Schmicko. One side, other side. Look at that. Ready for camping again, that boss. So, that is what I've got this unit for, mate, is to keep all my stuff nice and tidy. Now, I won't show you because the video will go too long. You can figure it out yourself. But you can get a chisel jig, which I use too. Especially this would be good if you're a chippy. You can jam your chisels into this bad boy, flip the jig over, set your angle and just grind up your chisels. You can also do it for woodworking tools and lathes and stuff like that. And there's little jigs to do, pocket knives, scissors, a whole heap of treats. But for me, knives and axes. And I'll tell you, I'm trying to get it past the missus, but I might try and sneak it in the back of the ute and then run a little side hustle on my travels, eh? What do you reckon, 10 bucks a knife? If I can get it to cut paper for you out of the back of my ute, sling me 10 bucks for beer money. All right, too easy, check them out. I might see you on the road. You can have a couple of beers and sharpen a few knives, eh?